What is the secret to meeting God personally? We still need to feel a degree of spiritual rebirth every day at certain levels. Our spiritual heart is the holiest place, and that is where God resides, and we can meet Him and He can speak to us. Too often, living in a world without God in a practical and substantial way, we allow our humanistic and often evil emotions and feelings to strangle and suffocate our spiritual heart, and it is difficult for us to meet God. At that time we worry about what others think of us and our human and social identity, but what God thinks of us is always the most important thing. If we do not keep our hearts and minds clean, how can we connect to God and He to us? In order to purify our spiritual heart, we must open our hearts to others by respecting and valuing them first and foremost, and, if a common basis is created, by loving them even in a worldwide brotherhood. This is also how we nourish our heart and prepare it to relate to God. To encounter God and perceive Him, we must purify our heart and mind first of all. And we are talking about spiritual heart and mind, not the brain or heart expressing humanistic or physical love, because we are spiritual and divine beings first and human beings second. We must try to be at peace with people as much as possible and respect their hearts. And we must also be able to forgive those who have hurt our hearts. Only then can our heart heal. Then, very important, to have a clear conscience to meet God. Let us get rid of resentments. Let us apologize to the people we have also hurt. You must become free and clean in heart, intellect, feeling and emotions to meet God. We have inherited a fallen nature, Luciferian, not to say satanic. We are imperfect, rebellious to God and ignorant of God's spiritual reality and truth. God, however, forgives us of that, so we must know how to forgive and embrace others. Approaching God means abiding by His spiritual laws, not committing fornication, which, as the Bible explains in Ecclesiastes, defiles us spiritually and makes us worse, Dorian Gray style. It means maintaining an attitude of communication with God throughout the day, avoiding being focused only in horizontal things and relationships or being centered on ourselves. God is a God of passion and deep love, so we must be too, starting with our family. Every human being, though a mixture of good and evil because of the fall, and with original sin, continues to be a part of God anyway, a child of God, potentially. Humanity, however, even any person, nevertheless expresses many things about Him: the spirit, the heart, the quality of spiritual love in people, even fallen people, can make us understand many things about God. We must be humble above all. God can speak to us through anyone. We must be able to see that part of God in every person and situation. God, however, can manifest Himself to us through any person and nature, even animals. His essence is substantial in His creation, as the Apostle Paul says in Romans.